They said the word like it was nothing, like it was air. Like it was something you could just say to anyone. Family. I had heard it in TV shows, in the mouths of people hugging their children goodbye at school gates, in the way Christmas cards were signed and baby photos were captioned. But I had never tasted that word on my own skin. Not once. Not really. The first time someone called me family, I almost laughed. Not because it was funny, but because I thought they had made a mistake. Maybe they meant familiar. Maybe they meant I reminded them of someone else. Because me? I wasn't the kind you brought home. I wasn't the kind you called when things were falling apart. I was the one who watched other people get picked up from after-school care. I was the one who packed my whole life in a duffel bag twice a year, sometimes more. I was the one who learned to be silent in case silence meant I got to stay a little longer. There are children who grow up in frames, portraits held in the warmth of hallways and fridges, and shoeboxes stuffed with memories. And then there are children who grow up in manila folders. Paper kids. Kids you can file away. Kids whose birthdays are printed, not celebrated. Whose favorite colors are scribbled in intake forms, not remembered by someone who bakes a cake. That was me. I didn't understand belonging. I understood patterns. Patterns like don't ask for seconds. Don't get attached to pets. Don't call anyone mom unless they ask you to. Don't cry unless you want to be forgotten faster. I followed those rules like gospel. They were my scripture in a world that had no place for softness, no place for a kid like me. But something changed the day she said it. Her name was Marion. She wasn't loud or cheerful like the others. She didn't wear fake empathy like perfume. She was quiet in a way that made space for you to breathe. And she never asked me why I didn't talk much. She just let me sit there at the kitchen table, peeling apples in silence, like that silence was enough. She never promised she'd keep me. That's how I knew she was different. Because the others always promised. They said things like you're safe now, or this is your forever home. And I learned quickly that forever is just another word people use to make themselves feel good. Forever ends when the funding changes, when the caseworker rotates, when someone decides you're too difficult to love. But Marion never said forever. She said things like, I'm glad you're here, or let me know if you want to help with dinner. And once, after I had spent a week there without speaking much, I handed her a towel from the laundry basket, and she smiled at me, not like I was a project, not like I was a guest, but like I was real. And then she said it. Thanks, sweetheart. You're such a big help to the family. The family. I froze. The word hit me in a place I didn't even know I was guarding. She had said it casually, like it didn't have teeth, like it didn't slice through the years of not enough and too much. And why dash did dash you dash even dash keep dash me dash if dash you dash could in single quotes d dash love dash me. She said it like it belonged to me too. And I didn't know what to do. Part of me wanted to run. Part of me wanted to scream. Part of me wanted to shake her and say, don't say that. Don't make me believe in something you'll take away. But I just stood there clutching a towel, pretending I didn't hear it. Pretending I didn't feel the way the room suddenly felt bigger, warmer. Like maybe I wasn't on the outside of the glass looking in anymore. It wasn't the word that scared me. It was the door it opened. Because if I let myself believe I was family, what happened when I wasn't? That word was a spell. And spells can be broken. But something in her voice made me pause. She didn't say it with performance. She didn't say it to check a box. She said it like she meant it. And meaning when you've lived a life of borrowed kindness and conditional care is the rarest thing in the world. I went back to my room that night and sat on the bed, staring at the blank wall across from me. No posters, no photos, just white paint and silence. And I whispered it, family, just to see how it sounded. Not shouted, not begged, just breathed. Like a test, like a hope. I didn't call her mom. I couldn't. That name still belonged to someone who gave me life, but never stayed to see it. But Marion didn't need me to call her anything. She just kept being there, picking me up from school, asking me how I liked my eggs, remembering that I hated the sound of ticking clocks. She made space, and slowly, I stepped into it. I started to believe that maybe family wasn't about blood. Maybe it wasn't about last names or photo albums. Maybe it was about showing up. About staying, about looking at someone who flinches at kindness and saying, you're safe here even when you can't believe it yet. And for the first time, I started to soften, not all at once, just little things. I left a drawing on the fridge. I asked if I could help with groceries. I sat closer on the couch when we watched movies. I let her hug me on Christmas, and I didn't pull away, because something in me had begun to bloom, something that had been buried under years of silence. and shuffled placements and goodbyes that never had proper endings. It was trust, fragile, trembling, but growing. The first time someone called me family, I didn't understand the gift they were offering. But now I know. They were giving me a name I could grow into. Not a label, not a promise. A possibility. A home not made of walls, but of moments. Moments like being remembered. Moments like someone saving you the last pancake. Moments like a hand resting gently on your back when the nightmares return. Moments like silence that doesn't hurt. Moments like hearing your name and knowing you're not in trouble. Moments like being wanted without needing to earn it. That's what family became to me. Not perfect, not fairy tale, but real. And the first time someone called me that, it was like being handed a mirror. One that didn't distort. One that didn't say foster kid or burden or statistic. Just me, human, worthy, enough. Maybe that's what we all need just once, for someone to look at the broken pieces and say, you're still part of something. And maybe the word family is less about where you come from and more about who refuses to let you keep walking alone. So if no one has said it to you yet, if you've never heard it, never felt it, I'll say it now. You belong. You are not too much. You are not hard to love. You are not forgotten. You are family because you've survived what most can't even name. And maybe, just maybe, that's where a new kind of family begins.